The time I got the worst beating of my childhood. The worst butt whooping of my childhood. How do I say this without coming off too, like, I guess, abusive? The worst of my childhood. Disclaimer as well before we start this video. Okay guys, let's not call the child CPS protective services, even though I'm like 23, 24. Yeah, because when I think about what I did, I mean, I was pretty foolish as a kid, and like what I did, like I definitely deserved. Now, it's been a while since I made a video, but you know, I'm back and I got so much free time now, so you know, might as well make the most of it right now. Wait, didn't you say you were gonna make a video every month? But yeah, but at minimum, expect at least one video a month, hopefully. I don't know, but at least one video or 2 to 3 videos a month. Nope, don't remember. So this story started off when I was trying to get a copy of Pokemon Emerald, and that was like my favorite game as a kid. And like I remember at the time, 03, 04, around that time, like if you had that game as a kid, like you were like the most popping like 8-year-old on the playground. Like, you know, you had heat, you know, kids were coming up to you, following you, like trying to peek at you while you're playing the game. Though as much as I liked the game and I was a fan of the game and everything like that, I mean, like it's not like my parents could just give me the game off the shelf, you know what I mean, the very next day, because you know what I mean, they're working hard trying to pay the bills and everything like that. So I thought, you know what I mean, I'll just wait till like a birthday or something like that comes up. But I don't remember how, but somehow my mom was actually able to get the game. I guess I was like asking her like so much that she eventually caved and got me the game, and you know, there it was. Finally got the game. You know, it was like $80 back in the day, which is like a lot. So now that I have the game, you know, I didn't have a Game Boy, and you know what I mean, my mom got me the game, but at the time I didn't have the little Game Boy Advance to go with it. So I thought, you know, why don't I go to school the next day and show off the game here and there, and then go find me a kid that'll let me play with it. So I thought, okay, like we'll try that. So next day rolls around and I'm at school, and luckily there's a kid named Peter at lunchtime that let me play his game. And from that point on, we're playing first break, second break, third break, and you know, everything was good. So then, you know, the last period is just around the corner. We go inside, I put my game inside the bag, and I remember that day too, it was like film day. So, you know, the teacher's rolling in the big TV, you know, we watched a movie, you know, had a good day, everything's great. And then, you know, I go in my bag and then I look and the game's not there. I start asking people, teachers, and like literally nobody knew about the game or anything like that. So I thought, well, you know, someone just stole my game and now my mom's gonna kill me for it. And the thing too is with Caribbean parents, you know, they go crazy. Like the second you mess with them, they black out and you black out, and then you don't know what happened. But I knew what I was in for, so I was literally on my way home, the longest walk of my life, trying to figure out what I was gonna do. So I'm thinking I'll just say I lost the game or weighing my options. And you know, my 8-year-old self thought, okay, like this is the best plan possible. I go home, I say I think I lost the game, and then everything will be good and she'll let it slide. And what happened is I got home, I go upstairs, my little 8-year-old brain is like thinking like, all right, this is gonna work. And then on top of that too, I remember like whenever I knew I was getting in trouble, what I would do is before I knew I was gonna get a beating, I would go to my sister's room or whatever, my room, find as many socks as possible or anything like that, anything small and soft, stuff it in my pants and just like, you know, take the beating, and then, you know, it wouldn't be as bad. So I thought, okay, like we'll just do that, you know. So in my mind I'm thinking, okay, like I got my, you know, pants stuffed in already, and I got my story straight, and this is gonna work. So I go downstairs and I tell my mom, hey mom, I think I lost my game. And I was like trying to like act all sad and everything like that. And I don't think she was buying it from the get-go, because You know, like as soon as I told her that, she straight up just asked me, you know, what do you mean you lost the game? And I was like, I think I lost the game at school or something like that. And then, you know what I mean? From there, she just blocked out. She was just asking me more questions. She's like, what do you mean you lost the game? That's an $80 game. How'd you lose the game on the first, second day? And I didn't really know what to say at that point. And she kept asking more questions, you know, like when did you lose the game? You know, how did you lose it? You know, and the more she kept asking, the harder for me it was to make up answers on the spot. And I just knew like it was over. Like the deeper it got, the more I knew it was just, I'm done. So, you know what I mean? Eventually she, you know, stopped and she was like, okay, Chris, get me the hanger. And as soon as she said that, I knew that was the final strike. And the thing about Caribbean parents too, not even Caribbean parents, like any parent that tells you go get me said item, all right, like that's when you know you're getting like the word, like that's like a 10 on the scale. That's like when you know you messed up, all right, and it's over, like, you know. So that's basically what happened. And like, you know, she was like, Chris, go get me the hanger. You know, I don't want to get it, so you know what I mean, but I had to. So I go upstairs, I get the hanger, I come back, and as I'm going down the stairs, I realize it's probably not a good idea to just hand it to her, because then she just beat me right there. So I thought, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just toss the hanger, and then that'll make somehow my situation a lot better, which it clearly didn't. And there are 3 rules you need to know before you go into a beating. I don't care if you're white, black, Asian, Mexican, okay? Whatever parents you have, this applies to you as well, okay? Rule number 1, practice your weaving and dodging skills, because you will need them. They're not useful, but you just will need them, all right? Rule number 2, do not ever, please, do not ever defend the beating. Do not, all right? You just don't. And I'll explain that in a second. And rule number 3, please, do not throw or toss. And I threw toss in there specifically because tossing will be interpreted to them as throwing or trying to whip something at them, and they will not hesitate. That is a death sentence right there. You toss anything, tossing is a death sentence, okay? Throwing or tossing, doesn't matter what it is, as long as it leaves your hand, it is a death sentence. Because the next thing you know, your mom's gonna be calling your aunties, your uncles, your cousins, talking about, oh, my son tried to hit me, my son tried to end my life, stuff like that. And it's just like, you just don't want that. I toss the hanger, it lands on her feet, she looks at her feet, and then she yells at me, why'd you try to whip me? And I'm just perplexed because I clearly tried to toss it, but that wasn't gonna make my situation any better. So basically, I mean, I just knew, like, I just dug my hole, I dug my grave, and she just told me straight up, go to your room. I went to my room and I waited. She walked in, closed the door, and you know the next thing. Mom, before you beat me, wait. Hey, bruh. So you think she's gonna ground him too? Oh yeah, he's done. She beat me, then she tells me I'm grounded, and then, you know, the final part that just broke me completely was telling me straight up, like, take that paper, take that pencil, and I want you to write every single kid that you show that game to, and I'm coming to school the next day. And I'm just sobbing, taking the pencil, you know, on the crumpled paper on the ground, writing like 5, 10, 8, 9, as many kids as I thought I knew saw the game, and I just gave it to my mom, and that was it. And I just curled up in the ball for the rest of the night. And yeah, you know, the next day, you know what I mean, my mom drops me off at school, and I thought like, oh, she'll forget about this, she won't actually go through with it. But I was wrong. I was wrong, because as soon as I sat down, my mom, she goes up to my teacher and she tells her everything that happened, the names, all that stuff. And you know, my teacher's just there, you know, perplexed. You know, not really perplexed, but I could just tell, like, she didn't really care. She was just trying to get class started and everything like that. And you know, but she told her like, yeah, like, you have my word, I'll get to the bottom of it. And I don't think she ever did. I don't think it mattered, because like every kid was basically sitting in that classroom, saw what happened. And the worst part too was that the very next day, week, and like that whole school year, I remember like it would happen like every now and then a kid would come up to me and be like, yo Chris, like I think I found your Pokemon Emerald game like in the sand over there. And then I go run to the sand, getting my hopes up, and then it's just not there. And then I'm just sad. It would happen like almost every week, like, oh, it's in the field, it's in the trees, something like that. But yeah, that's really what happened. And it's not like it was the end of the world. Like 2 years later, my mom was able to buy the game again, but this time I made sure that I borrowed like a Game Boy from like a cousin or something, and then I was able to finally play. And I mean, yeah. But moral of the story is don't lie, take care of your stuff, and when you stuff your pants, just make sure you use some hoodies and some pillows, because those are definitely pretty good to, like, you know, save a beating.